Also, it's the first major domestic soccer occasion since the sad events of Hillsborough. John Motson is our commentator.
The team's welcomed by a Wembley crowd, 75% of whom are seated, with the other 25% standing behind fences which in the past few days have been modified so that they are instantly demountable in an emergency. And with the horror of Hillsborough still very much in mind, a minute's silence in memory of 95 people who a week last Saturday set out to watch a football match and never came home. The England team shows just one change from that which won in Albania 7 weeks ago. Peter Beardsley replaces John Barnes, the reasons for which are well known, and that means that number 11 Chris Waddle switches from the middle to play mainly on the left. Albania have made 3 changes. Number 3, Bubeki, is in fact a striker who replaces the injured Minga. Number 10, Hassan Papa, wins his first cap in midfield. And the pre-match publicity has surrounded goalkeeper Blendi Nalbani, who only celebrated his 17th birthday earlier this month and now wins his first cap in a World Cup match at Wembley. And his opposite number, Peter Shilton, was part of a World Cup squad before Nalbani was born. It's his 105th cap tonight, and he also equals the record of 49 senior appearances at Wembley set by Bobby Charlton. Last night at Ipswich, the Albanian under-21 team lost 2-0 to England, and they're now among the spectators, along with about 150 exiled Albanians who live in England. The England players are wearing black armbands tonight. It's not an Albanian custom, but the presentation of the bouquet of flowers is part of their expression of condolences, and I understand that others have been handed over too. The England substitutes tonight are Chris Woods, Paul Parker, Steve Hodge, Paul Gascoigne and Alan Smith. The officials tonight come from Norway, and there's the man in charge, Einar Halle. So this World Cup match starts. England obviously needing to win, and if possible, by a good margin. Here's Chris Waddle. And here's Rocastle finding Gary Lineker. And the young goalkeeper will be pleased to get the ball early. He told me through an interpreter last night that his love outside football is pop music. He's a fan of Duran Duran, but more poignantly at this time, he also, from Albania, follows the fortunes of Liverpool. Bubeki. Pearce. Webb again. Beardsley had pulled wide. There's Waddle. And the first corner for England. Terry Butcher has made his way forward by the near post. A goal kick's been given. It's Beardsley swung the corner in to test the youngster. It's a real test of nerve for him. Geiger. Oh, well played Beardsley. Robson. Waddle. Free kick was given. Waddle again. Oh, what a chance for England to take the lead. Gary Lineker has got the goal that he's waited for so long. Nearly a year, in fact, for England, and it was presented to him by a really bad defensive mistake. Lineker's international drought is over. Waddle's cross, Gjyqtari with the header, and Lineker just had to nod that past a stranded goalkeeper after 5 minutes. And the left back will have nightmares about this. He headed the ball back into Lineker's path, and the 17-year-old keeper had no chance. Now Demollari. He's a good little player on the ball. Well played by Walker, combining with his Forest colleagues, Pearson, then Webb. Now Robson. And it's Waddle again. Made a really good start, Chris Waddle, to this match. Stevens. In goes Lineker again. Well taken. Now Shehu's made a run, and Peter Shilton having a few words with his central defenders. Now Waddle switched to the right. He was given licence to move across the line from the left tonight. Rocastle. Rocastle again. Waddle. Well, Chris Waddle played a part, certainly, in that opening goal. He chipped the ball in with his left foot. It was a teasing cross, but a more experienced defender, well, he was under challenge from Rocastle, and he put the ball into the path of the grateful Lineker. Lineker again, he's away. Beardsley in the middle. Beardsley, surely! 2! And a man who wanted a goal for very different reasons is the scorer of England's second. And this time, Lineker the provider. Pulling right, shaking off the challenge of Geiger. There was only Beardsley waiting at this point, and that's who Lineker found. Defenders all over the place. England 2, Albania 0. What a flying start for England. Well, they're already further ahead than Poland finished against Albania, and that is important. The second one goes in after 13 minutes. Fouled by Bubecki. Well, we won 2-0 in Albania, and we're now 2-0 up in less than a quarter of an hour in the return. Oh, he's away. Lineker's up with him, and Terry Butcher's made a run on this side of the field. Lineker in the centre, waiting for the cross. Oh, well done, the keeper. Well, he's done nothing wrong, Nalbani. He had very little chance with either goal. Gary Lineker was the architect of the second. He really made strides down the right. He saw where Beardsley was, and Beardsley had sensibly pulled away from the 3 defenders, giving himself time and room to place his shot. Stevens. Rocastle. Robson. Robson floats one. Corner. Beardsley can't get to the ball quick enough. He's gone scampering across to take the corner. Demollari. Now they've got a runner on this side of the field. It's Milo in space. Demollari shoe. There's some space there. This is Butcher. Rocastle to Webb. Checked nicely. Oh, good turn by Chris Waddle. Goes down, but it's going to be a goal. Chris Waddle seizing the opportunity to take on opponents here. He was jostled a bit the first time. I think Milo was trying to play the ball. Well, the Albanian defence is sufficiently nervous for England to fancy their chances of scoring every time they attack. This is Waddle, Lineker, Beardsley, and still, and Robson's there. Bubecki. Zmiani, Demollari, Zmiani, offside. Well, this looked like producing the third goal for Brian Robson for a moment. It's Peter Beardsley again working away so industriously, and Robson arrives and the defender gets in the way. Played in for Beardsley. This is Milo. Oh, good challenge by Butcher, put Waddle away. Lineker, Waddle, they're on their own at the moment, those two, and maybe that's enough. Waddle! Well, we could have had 4 or 5, no trouble at all already here. Chris Waddle charging through the middle, combining with Gary Lineker, getting a return, and if the goalkeeper hadn't held this, Lineker would have scored. And there's going to be a substitution. That's Nogar, the 25-year-old defender, who's going to replace Hassan Papa. The Albanians perhaps fearing an onslaught here, and they're bringing on a more defensive player for a midfield man, unless he's taken a knock. Odiar jumping there. This is Milo. Now it's Yera. Rocastle. Odiar. Milo again. Zmiani. Was nicely done. Demollari. Trying to pull it back for Bubecki. This is the substitute. Nogar. Demollari! That's a terrific goal for Albania, and little Demollari produces one there out of nothing to beat Peter Shilton. But the linesman had his flag up, and it's not going to count, to the complete dismay of the Albanian bench. Demollari, it must have been Bubecki standing beyond Gary Stevens. The player off the pitch doesn't matter, but there was another Albanian player in front of Gary Stevens, and technically he's in an offside position. Whether he's interfering with play is a matter of opinion. Waddle. Webb. 7 minutes left in the first half. It's still 2-0 to England. And this is Webb. Oh, it's beautifully laid in offside. Offside definitely here. Waddle. Stevens. And Shehu. Demollari. Gjyqtari. Oh, well played by Peter Beardsley. Lineker, there are 3 defenders ahead of him, but here comes Robson in support. Rocastle. Webb. Turning well. Robson got free, and how did he miss that one? Well, Brian Robson's had the sort of 45 minutes when he would get 10 out of 10 for getting into scoring positions, but perhaps a lesser mark for the way he's been finishing. Because he has got so many goals for England. This one was beautifully fed in, but the header dropped just wide. Just wonder as well whether there might have been an offside flag up there as well in that England attack. It looked it to me. So 4 minutes left in the first half here at Wembley. It could quite conceivably have been something like 6-1 the score. In fact, it's 2-0. Demollari, the man who was so astounded to find his very good shot wiped out. Here's Rocastle. Lineker. Lekbello with a good tackle. And this is Demollari. Milo. Oh, and that ran on nicely. And Demollari tries again. He's a player who really impressed Bobby Robson in Tirana, is Souleymane Demollari, and having had one effort disallowed for offside against another player, he tried a different sort of approach from 25 yards here and really attempted to curl it over Shilton. Here's down to Lineker. Webb. Robson, who was lurking. Beardsley again. Noga. Pearce, Waddle. Robson again making strides in the centre. Lineker's up. It's going to come out to Rocastle. Half-time. England 2-0 up in 13 minutes. And with Chris Waddle starting in rampant form, it could have been several more after that. And Albania also felt they could have had one, which was disallowed. Lineker gets the first goal and Beardsley the second. And the point should be made that England's hardest matches in this World Cup qualifying Group 2 have still to come. Poland home and away, the home match here at Wembley on June the 3rd, and the return match in Sweden as well in September. So, bearing in mind that goal difference could come into play, England must continue to force the pace in the second half. Having only scored 13 goals in our last 14 internationals, there's a chance here to improve that ratio. Here's Waddle. The stadium announcer running through the list of England substitutes as Stuart Pearce crosses. Oh, and there's the volley, and the goalkeeper held it well. Neil Webb struck it, and he held his position and beat the shot down. Just going back to the substitutes, one wonders if Paul Gascoigne might get a run out tonight at some stage. Bobby Robson did hint at that in discussing his team plans. Here's Lineker. Rocastle. Webb's through the middle. Butcher out to Waddle. Lineker's there. Applause for Waddle, who is now up against the substitute Noga, who they brought on after Waddle had run right early on. That's the Webb volley from earlier, well clawed down by the keeper. Here's Rocastle. Webb. That's a good turn. Lekbello knocked it back, and the goalkeeper snatched it before it went over the line. From Lekbello. This is Geiger. Walker to Lineker, Beardsley, Waddle. Pearce is coming up outside him. Webb's made a run through the centre. Lineker again, Pearce. Robson's now joined the players in the middle as well. In goes Lineker, here's Robson! Oh, and the goalkeeper foils him again! Well, the young goalkeeper who people thought might find the likes of Robson in England too much to cope with, beaten twice early through no fault of his own, has since distinguished himself. Robson looked a certainty on the left foot there. Good stop with the right hand as he went the other way. Well, Robson must be just counting up the chances he's now had. I think the other Robson is too, but this one has to go down as a very good reflex stop by the young keeper. Look at that. Well, he won't forget the night he made his international debut, will he? 17 years old Blendi Nalbani can look back now on 3, if not more, good and important saves. Forward by Butcher. Lineker. Stevens to Robson. This is Waddle. Butcher this time into Webb. Beardsley away again. Rocastle and Lineker waiting. This is Rocastle. Oh, tried to turn Hodiar, who got a foot in. England trying to keep it in there. But Albania seem to have grown in confidence as the night has worn on. Torn apart in the opening quarter of an hour. But with a mixture of good luck, good goalkeeping and perhaps a bit of patchy play by England, they've managed to solidify things since. Waddle. Can England now open them up again? This is Pearce. Waddle. Pearce's cross. Webb's underneath this. Lineker surely. Left it for Beardsley. And at last number 3 goes in and Peter Beardsley has his second. And the Lineker-Beardsley combination works again. And 60,000 people salute the goal. 63 minutes. Pearce curls the ball in orthodox stuff. Webb gets the header down accurately to Lineker. He holds it up, and Beardsley with that studied side foot finish, which we've seen from him before, makes it 3-0. Well, that was a good old-fashioned cross by Stuart Pearce. It was good play by Webb and by Lineker, and clinical by Beardsley. I think that's put paid to any outside chance of an Albanian revival here. But it just emphasises again that England do have to go for more goals. Well, Beardsley getting a rapturous reaction there from the crowd. And after the few days that he's been through, nobody will be perhaps happier to experience better times than Peter Beardsley. This is Chris Waddle. Now Lineker getting behind them again. This is Robson. Lineker trying to shake off Lekbello. Peter Beardsley is now on a hat-trick, and he's never managed that for England in the past. This is Waddle. Terry Butcher's in the attack. Just over 20 minutes gone in the second half here at Wembley. Waddle. And still. Demollari back tackling. Rocastle. That was an imaginative ball to Waddle. In goes Lineker again. Robson. Oh, Beardsley, offside, Beardsley in the first place. Lineker's shot goes in, but offside. This was the goal that was allowed. The crowd is still hooting about the one that wasn't. Peter Beardsley finished this one off nicely. Lineker's later effort was disallowed for offside against Beardsley, and in the meantime, Paul Gascoigne has come on to replace David Rocastle. Gascoigne of Tottenham, still only 21, and his 2 substitute appearances so far have totalled only 14 minutes. so now he has a little longer to show what he can do at full international level. So David Rocastle is the man who's gone off. There are in fact 20 minutes to go here in this World Cup qualifying match, and England hold a 3-0 lead against Albania. Gascoigne on the ball now. He's got his Tottenham partner just behind him. But Waddle shoots wide. Milo. Bubecki this is. And Gary Stevens feeds Brian Robson. England still with plenty of time to move the ball about. There's usually a man over somewhere. In this case it's Waddle. And it's Robson now. Pearce. Robson. Pearce again. Gascoigne far side. Oh, Waddle! And the Tottenham connection pays off. Chris Waddle scores. Set up by Paul Gascoigne, the substitute. And England go 4-0 up. Brian Robson with a back heel to Stuart Pearce, whose crosses have now led to 2 goals. Paul Gascoigne pulling away, sensible header in. Goalkeeper hesitated there, no doubt, and Waddle took advantage. Waddle. Oh, nicely left by Gascoigne. Quarter of an hour to go here at Wembley then. Waddle for England, 4-0 up. Well, England's 4th goal was one that will bring Paul Gascoigne a great deal of pleasure. Here he is now, number 15. Chris Waddle, the man who scored it. Beardsley into Gascoigne, nicely done. And so was that by Gascoigne. Brilliant! There's no question that he has the ability. We shall see whether he has the big match temperament as time goes on. There's going to be, meantime, a chance for another young man for the future, Paul Parker, the 25-year-old Queen's Park Rangers defender, who is coming on for his first taste of full international football in place of Gary Stevens. Paul Parker, the 77th player Bobby Robson has used since he became manager, and the 55th new cap in those 7 years. And as he comes on, it's a corner to England. He gets a very early touch of the ball, number 12. And Gascoigne on this side. Robson. In by Beardsley. Oh. So the full quota of England substitutes. There are only 2, of course, permitted in a World Cup qualifying match, and Paul Parker is the second to be used quite sensibly, one would feel, at this stage. Probably Robson needing to know a little bit about those who haven't been tried before. Gascoigne gets a tackle in there. Waddle forcing his way through to the goal line, but a goal kick is given. Chris Waddle will be glad to have got on the end of this. Stuart Pearce has provided some good service from that left wing. Paul Gascoigne heads it back across the goal, and as the goalkeeper hesitated, Waddle just got in. Number 2 is Zmiani. 9, Milo. And 13, Nogar. Addington stretching a bit, that cross. Yera. So the 60,000 crowd here would, I imagine, be pretty satisfied with the outcome. Maybe being perhaps a little more demanding. England could have had more, but Beardsley's determined to try and put that right. There are 3 up with him. Terry Butcher has made his way forward for the corner. Brian Robson is waiting on the edge of the penalty area to come in behind him. Beardsley takes it. Defender helped that on. Pearce. Beardsley. Let Bellows header away. Beardsley again. Plenty of England players to pass to. Parker. Webb. Gascoigne, nice turn. Parker again. Goal kick's been given. I think it's fair to say that the England left back has developed into a very steady player nowadays in the international shirt. Stuart Pearce there, who's provided crosses for the 2 second-half goals tonight. This is Demollari. Oh, Webb. Now, can he set Lineker free? It's a good ball by Webb. There are 2 the other way. If Lineker could keep his feet, which was difficult, he was brought down, actually, by the second player, Geiger. Turned in by Waddle. They've got a man over here. Robson came in, and it's not his night. It's not his night, the captain. I reckon he's had, what, 6 or 7 attempts on goal, most of them from quite close in. This one really made for him by Webb going in first, and Robson coming in at the back, but again, agonisingly, just over. Gascoigne's been busy and enthusiastic, as you might expect. You have to grab opportunity when it comes your way. Robson letting Gascoigne run on. In the way there, Hodiar. The cross came from Webb. Quick corner to Parker. A bit of shirt pulling going on in there on Brian Robson, there's no doubt about that. This is Pearce. Certainly gets his crosses in early. Now here's Butcher perhaps to put one back in. Webb to Waddle, and back again. Real promise here for England. But the cross not good enough. Hodiar in the way. Milo. Just a couple of minutes left here as Albania seek a consolation prize. Zimiani. Not a bad ball in that, and Peter Shilton showing that at 39 he can still be acrobatic. This is Parker. Now can England produce number 5 right at the end? This is Gascoigne. Going all the way! Yes! Oh, that's terrific, but only to be expected when he got the chance. That he would seize it like that, with the ability that they know he's got. The Albanian defence was there to be attacked, and Gascoigne certainly did it. And this really is a shining talent we're watching, perhaps at its infancy here in international terms. Lovely play, and quite deadly at the end. So a minute from time, Paul Gascoigne gets his first international goal and makes it England 5, Albania 0, and how he'll enjoy looking back on this for a long time to come. So the substitute presses his claims. And now Gascoigne combines with Webb. And Bobby Robson will have been enthusiastic, I'm sure, about that 5th England goal from his substitute. Well, Albania and their young goalkeeper haven't been disgraced. They've been well beaten, but maybe not hammered quite as heavily as the early indications suggested. He's saved at least 3, and there have been 4 or 5 others that have gone past by a whisker. Crowd now singing England home. Beardsley, who's played awfully well. Gascoigne again. Threatened to do the same thing. We're into time that the Norwegian referee has added on here for stoppages. This is Lekbello going forward for Albania. Pearce. Waddle. Ah, it's well done again. Now there's room on the right here. Webb. Gascoigne. Lineker's through the middle. Ah, didn't come early enough. Milo. And Geiger's up on the far side calling for a cross. Shehu. And Gascoigne this time delivers the perfect ball. But the referee has blown for time. They won't have heard it at that end of the field. But the game is all over. 2 World Cup points and 5 World Cup goals for Bobby Robson and his England team. And a welcoming roar from the 60,000 supporters inside Wembley. England started in a whirlwind and finished blowing once again a gale at the Albanian defence. And all in all, it was a satisfactory night's work. 2 goals in the first quarter of an hour as the perfectionist puts the turf back. And then when England looked to have dropped their rhythm slightly in the second half, 3 more goals. Waddle got 1, Beardsley on the night got 2, Lineker got the first one, but the one perhaps the fans will remember as Beardsley goes off was the one that the substitute Paul Gascoigne scored at the end to mark his arrival, in many ways, his longest spell on the pitch for England, and he ends the night with a thumbs-up sign with his Tottenham colleague, Chris Waddle. The young goalkeeper did very, very well and gets a nice little touch of conversation from the master as he goes off to a final score here at Wembley of England 5, Albania 0.
About Paul Gascoigne, because you said he's a player for the future, and
sure.
yet you've only used him 3 times as a sub. I don't think he's played 45 minutes for England yet.
No.
And yet he came on tonight and got a good goal for you.
Yes, he did. I'm going to spend 2 hours with him tomorrow to try and restore a bit of confidence. You know, he's lacking in confidence, isn't he, the boy? And we need to, you know, and every time we're going to play him, we need 2 balls, one for him and one for the team. And at one time I thought he was actually going to play in the front row of F-Stand, you know, because he played all over the pitch except the position I told him to play in. So we do have a dilemma there with Gascoigne.
Is that a rap across the knuckles for Gas?
But we do have a precocious talent, as everyone has witnessed here tonight, and he's probably come off, you know, with the crowd singing his praises, and he's done some marvellous things.
You brought him down to earth, haven't you?
Yeah, he needs bringing down to earth, yeah, because I think he'll drive everybody crazy, and but he is a rare talent which we need to nurture, and we need to give him his head sometimes, and he needs just to be disciplined as well.
There have been times in English football when the English managers never quite had the courage to pick
For the Republic of